This is a 5-star luxury hotel in the heart of Mayfair, right next to the prestigious Park Lane. And tonight I'm gonna stay in one of their suites and see if the room, the service, the amenities, and the location lives up to the price tag. So let's go inside.
This is the main lobby where you check in and check out. Plus, it's where the concierge sits. There's a shop and some complimentary drinks on the side.
I love this lobby, but what I love most about this floor of the hotel is that every time I come here, it smells so good. I wish I could I think actually they do sell what scent they used. I'm gonna have to go look and see if I can find it, but it always smells amazing.
The floral displays are really beautiful too.
So each week the floral display is carefully curated and they list what is in here.
In the afternoon, there's usually somebody playing piano, which you can hear around the lobby. And if you're in the park room having afternoon tea, which I'm doing tomorrow, and I'll show you all of that later on. There's also a little shop on the ground floor. It sells sweets, snacks, and flowers.
This is the cheesecake that they're quite well known for here. There's something in it, I don't know what it is, and I've had it. It's really, really good. People will come to this hotel specifically to get this cheesecake because it's so yummy. They sell Biscuiteer cookies, which is like a famous brand that does really cute cookies. They don't taste amazing, but they look really adorable. They have those here, and it looks like they actually sell the scent that they have in this hotel, which I love. So I actually might buy one of these when I go check out tomorrow. So I just feel like, oh, candle, that'd be perfect.
Then, if you're a Marriott Bonvoy member or you book a certain level of room in the hotel, you get access to the executive lounge, which is a great spot to get some work done and take calls outside of your room. And there's a spread of things to eat like sweets, scones, and there's drinks and even alcoholic ones later in the day. I do wish it had some natural light though. Okay, that's the ground floor and the lobby. Time to head to the room.
Okay, let's check out the suite. So first you walk in the front door, and then we have a little foyer here where you can leave your stuff if you need to. I've left my keys there. Then it opens up into the living room part of the suite. Obviously, this is very spacious, especially for a London hotel. That sofa, that is not an extra, I mean, I guess you could get someone to sleep on that, but it's not a sofa bed because you couldn't move this. TV is here. Desk for getting some work done for 2 people is right here. And then on this side is the little coffee mini bar area. So we've got a very nice Nespresso here. It comes with the pods, some cookies. These are complimentary. There's tea as well. I will have that tomorrow. This is quite a nice kettle too. That's not bad. Some JW Marriott branded water. It's actually big for the hotel. And then if you look in here, you can see some of the stuff that's included in the minibar. We've got some really nice glasses here. This is the menu to tell you all the prices of things you have to pay for. Now, this is really cute. There's these little candies in these beautiful jars that maybe you would buy one if you wanted a gift to take home. And then this is the mini bar, and it's one of those ones that as soon as you take something from it, they're gonna charge you for it. But we can open it up. And there's lots of alcohol here. There's some beer and wine, white wine, some juices, mixers, and then all that stuff. I'm not gonna touch any of that. Oh, there's Negroni in there. But I'm not gonna touch any of this because I do not want to buy any of this. I feel like as I grew up, my parents were saying that if you ever touch anything in the minibar that we're basically gonna lose our house because it's so expensive. So I generally avoid. So this is the little welcome treat, which if you stay in a hotel, you really have to have some kind of welcome treat. They've written me a little note, which I'll read in a second. Nice bottle of aqua panna, which I will have soon. And these are, oh, cute. So it says on here that these are Eccles cakes, which are named after the Lancashire town of Eccles. And it is a flat cake that consists of spiced sultanas sandwiched between layers of buttery and flaky pastry. It is a British favorite. That is so cute. I've actually never had that before. This woman just knocked on my door and she was like, can I change your flowers? And she came in and changed one of them, but also she was like, oh, there should be one over by the door. So she put one there. So these are obviously fresh flowers. Holy moly.
Before I continue the room tour, let me remind you that on your trip to London, you do need to have your phone connected to the internet to do things like get directions, get taxis, contact your family and friends so that they know that you're safe and having way more fun than they are. But using your phone abroad can be really expensive, and using a local physical SIM card can get kind of annoying. You have to wait in a line at the airport to get one. It changes your number and plastic. But you can save time, money, and the planet by using an Airalo eSIM, which is a digital SIM for your phone that lets you use it for affordable local rates all around the world. I'm currently planning a month trip to South Africa, and this will save me a lot of money. It's easy to get an Airalo eSIM. Just download the Airalo app and search for your destination that you're traveling to. They cover over 200 regions and countries. Then pick your package and follow the simple instructions to install and activate your eSIM once you get to your destination. Just keep in mind, you do need to double check that your device is compatible with eSIMs. You should install the Airalo app today so you don't forget about it when it comes time for your trip and you're like, what was Jess talking about? You'll have it on your phone, ready to go. Just click the link in the description box or scan this QR code to download the app and use my discount code LOVEAndLondon3 to get money off your first Airalo eSIM. Thanks to Airalo for supporting us and making this video possible.
Okay, so from the living room, then we go into the bedroom here. And they actually brought my suitcase up for me and put it there, which is quite nice. This bed looks like it's at least king size. I will have a lot of room. I am gonna test out how comfy this is, and the pillows obviously when I sleep there, so I will let you know if they're hard enough for me. I love something like this because I always take off my jewelry and have to chuck it somewhere, so that's quite nice. Oh, it looks like this is like wireless charging. That's quite handy. And if you wanna sit down, there is a chair over here on this side of the bed, this fancy little clock, and then 2 bottles of water, which is always appreciated. Let's see if this actually, does this open up? Oh, it does. Gosh, so much storage in here. You really could stay in this suite for a long time. Actually, speaking of storage, if we open this up, there is an entire closet in here. Look at that. Okay, so over here is the ironing board, hair dryer, the safe, and then this looks like it's just storage, which is so nice. We have everything that you would need for laundry. There's bags here. If you want to clean your shoes, you can do that. Sewing kit, shoe, mitt, again to clean. 2 pairs of slippers. I will use those. Oh, they feel like nice ones too. They feel chunky. Ooh, thank you. And a shoe horn. I always think, who actually uses shoe horns? Over on this side of the closet, I've already hung up my jacket. There is a robe for me, lots of hangers to hang things. This looks like this is more blankets, delightful, or maybe pillows. I think it's a blanket. And very nice touch. This is a yoga mat, which I actually might bring down to the gym because I'm gonna go look at that later and work out. And then we have the bathroom, which is almost the size of my living room at home. Okay, so we'll start over here. Tub with a shower. Let's look at what, ooh. We have Bulgari items. Oh, that is lovely. And they don't even bolt them down because they trust you not to steal them. Big old mirror, hello. Only 1 sink. Kind of thought that there would be 2, but it's just me, so that works. Here's all the toiletries. There's a razor, vanity kit, shower cap. All of this kind of looks like, I mean, there's a couple of plasticky things and then some stuff that's in paper, which is good. There is, what is this? Oh, this looks like a, bamboo toothbrush. Perfect. Oh, I love seeing hotels are starting to do this more. Nice little presentation of the towels here and more water. Plus, again, storage. That is, I mean, I guess that's part of the reason why they only do the 1 sink, so you can have lots of storage. Ooh, I can weigh myself. Not that I'm gonna do that, but towels here, they feel decent. And then this is the water closet, so there is a bidet here. towels on a towel rail. I'll put that on later. And then the glamorous toilet. And then finally, this is the shower room. Waterfall shower head here, and then a regular shower head. We've got all the toiletries again here. I mean, this is huge. I'm not even sure I can properly show you how many people you can fit in here for shenanigans. So if we shut this, I mean, even over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got like a comfy 6 in here. That is pretty impressive, and might I add, unnecessary for me, but it's okay. The only thing I will say about that shower room specifically is that it does smell a bit like sewage. So I'm hoping that once like I'm in the room and start running stuff, that smell will go away. One of the things I highly judge a hotel on, you might already know, is if there is a full length mirror that I can check my entire outfit in. Now, technically there is one there, but this table here, which I'm not really sure what the point of it is. It looks like it's just more storage, and I think you can put like your jewelry in here. So I can't actually see my whole outfit really, unless I guess if I move all the way back I can, kind of. You know what though, I would argue that I can basically get that from the mirror that is in this closet, because I can, if I move back enough, I can see the whole outfit. So, okay, there's not quite a view from here. We're overlooking a building here, although, nope, camera's not letting it happen. Over there, technically, you can see Hyde Park, because Park Lane is right there, and then right across from it is Hyde Park. Okay, so here is what I think of the suite. Overall, the space, obviously you cannot beat that, and I love the amount of storage that is in this room. You could stay here for a very long time and be able to properly put all of your stuff away and feel like you are very at home. Everything seems really comfortable. I'm gonna try out the bed later. I, for the most part, like the decor. It seems like they've kind of like modernized it maybe in the last like 10 years or so. It's not like fully my taste. I like actually more modern, but I think for the most part, it's a really nice room to be able to stay in and feel cozy. A couple of the downsides, there are a couple of bits of the furniture that have some wear and tear on them. It's not terrible considering how old this hotel is, but it's just stuff that you notice. And there is also, like I said, a bit of a smell coming from the drain in the bathroom, but hopefully that will clear out at some point. So let me tell you a bit about the history of this hotel while I start snacking on my welcome treats. So it was this hotel first opened up in 1929, and to this day, it is still known for its great room, which is where they host events even today, but they've done it for the entirety of the time that the hotel has existed. And it's really well known for being the place that the Queen and her sister Margaret actually learned how to ski. Nope, not ski. How to ice skate, because they actually, in this great room, used to have an ice skating rink way back when, and they actually still have the like mechanisms under the floor that is now there, but obviously they haven't used it in a really long time. This hotel is also famous for being one of the first places that the Beatles have played a gig, and then a couple months later they stayed in one of the suites here, number 704, which I'm in 710, so it's literally just down the hall. And more recently, if you've seen Dua Lipa's music video for her song Love Again, that was actually filmed in the great room as well, including the horses that are in it. They were in that room. I asked if I could go film some of the great room so I could show it, because it's so much a part of the history, but they have like a lot of events going on, so I couldn't really show you anything, but it's pretty cool. There's a lot that has happened in this hotel. I was supposed to be eating and drinking while I tell you this, but I can't do two things at once. I'm gonna try one of these Eccles cakes. It actually tastes very similar to a mince pie, in my opinion. I'm sure some people will have other opinions in the comments, but yeah, it tastes very similar to a mince pie. Oh my God, I just opened the welcome letter and look how cute that is. A little illustrated card. That's so sweet. One thing I will say that I read in a lot of reviews, but I don't think I'm gonna get in this experience, is a lot of people have said that this hotel is really family friendly. So like they're good with if you're bringing kids with you, for the space in the rooms and also the extra amenities and things that they give. So I wanted to mention that, but obviously I'm not bringing any children with me on this, so I can't fully test it. Okay, so let's talk about location. We are in Mayfair, which is the most upscale, posh part of central London. There are almost exclusively luxury hotels around here, especially along Park Lane, which is where this hotel is. And if you go up and down here, you'll see luxury car sales places and things like that. This is also probably the area that you're gonna come if you wanna do designer shopping, because we're very close to Bond Street and New Bond Street. Is this my favorite area of central London? Meh. In my opinion, a lot of the restaurants that you find around here are very expensive for what they are. They're the kind of places that you go to like be seen, but that don't necessarily do like good food and good service. And you'll struggle to find any like local coffee shops or things like that around here, or really like a nice like friendly local vibe. That being said, you're within walking distance of Marylebone, which is one of my favorite areas where you'll get that. You can also easily get to like Carnaby and Soho, which has more of a vibe. Plus, within 10 to 15 minute walk, you can get to Marble Arch Station and Bond Street Station, which gets you all around the city. Although I suspect if you're staying in a hotel like this, you're probably taxiing more than you're taking public transport. Also, I do actually love a lot of the pubs around here. I don't know why, but Mayfair has some really good, like off the radar, but really nice pubs like the Barley Mow and the Footman. And there are some nice high-end cocktail bars around here. Like there's a Mr. Fogg's location in Mayfair, which is quite good. Okay, I'm gonna go test the gym, and then I'm gonna go meet a friend for dinner downstairs. Oh my God, this is such a good gym. They even have little ear pods for you to take. I would stay at this hotel just for the gym.
The main restaurant in the hotel is a steakhouse, and it was being renovated at the time, so we ate in the park room, which is beautiful, and the service was so great, and they served us this brute that we loved. I think this could be a good option if you don't feel like heading out of the hotel for dinner one night, and the food was tasty, but as it's a luxury hotel, pricing is definitely on the higher end. The steakhouse, when it's back open, it is meant to be good, but as a vegetarian, I probably wouldn't go there. I've just come back into the room and they have done turn down service, which is one of the best luxuries in life, I think.
They turned down this massive bed that I'm about to sleep in. They even put a little bookmark on top of my book that I put here that I'm going to read, and they left me a couple of chocolates. I'm gonna get ready for bed.
I just snuggled into bed, and if you watched my other hotel video, you'll know that I like a firm pillow, but hotels don't seem to be doing them lately. So I'm gonna call down and see if they've got any firmer ones. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too. Bye. We're in. Okay, I'm gonna settle down into bed soon, and so far the bed feels fairly comfy. I like a firm mattress. I'm feeling like potentially there's a little bit of springs in here, which I'm not a big fan of springs, but I'm gonna give it a night and see how I feel. Also, I'm super sensitive to noise, and we are not that far away from Park Lane, which is a busy road. So I'm gonna see if I hear that at all. For the time being, I have not heard anything, and I have barely heard anybody outside of this room. It seems to be very, very quiet, but we will see overnight. World's lightest sleeper. And I will report back in the morning. And then in the meantime, have a great evening. I'm gonna go to bed. Good morning. I slept really, really well, kind of like a rock. This bed was very comfortable. My extra hard pillow came in handy. I also had multiple other pillows, and this room was, I'm telling you, absolutely silent. You also can't hear anyone from like even the hallway, because the closet here and the bathroom basically shield you from any hallway noise, and I didn't hear like a single thing from the road. So it has been good. Plus, this bed is so big. I don't think I've ever slept in a bed this big before. I don't know how I'm going to go back, but that's life. So a quick note about the accessibility of this hotel. It is very accessible. They've got 2 accessible rooms that are very wheelchair friendly. There are also things all around the lobbies and the common spaces that make the entire thing accessible to people in wheelchairs. So they've got like lifts when there's small sets of stairs and things like that. And otherwise, it's also just big and spacious areas. So easy for wheelchairs to get around. So That is a plus. Okay, I'm gonna have my tea. I'm gonna get ready, go down for a quick breakfast, and then I will give you guys my final thoughts on this hotel and this suite. Part of the reason that I slept so well is that these curtains are actually attached to the wall here all the way up, which means that absolutely no light came in this morning. And as a light sleeper, that is really good. For breakfast, they do both a continental buffet and a la carte options, so you can choose. The buffet was pretty plentiful, but it wasn't like over the top, and the fresh pressed juices were so nice. I personally prefer a la carte breakfast, so I ordered eggs and avocado on toast. That goes for 14 pounds, and the continental buffet is 28 pounds per person. After breakfast, I went to the executive lounge to go get some work done for a few hours, and then it was time for one of my favorite things to do in this area of London. So I've done afternoon tea at this hotel a few times, and it's one of my favorites in the city. They often do beautiful themes, and they go into great detail with the menus and the sweets part of the tea specifically. Also, their tea menu is huge. I tend to go for the Grosvenor House blend, and you can try as many of them as you want. My friend Megan and I did have some more of that brut from last night because it was just sitting in their nice champagne cart staring at us waiting to be drank, and I didn't want it to feel bad, okay? Okay, let's talk about service and price. This is a 5-star luxury hotel, so it is completely warranted to expect very, very good service. And for the most part, the TripAdvisor reviews do align with that, with people even naming specific staff members that they love and saying that they come back time after time because of the experience they have with the service here. And I do agree, I've had only positive interactions with the staff here, and they go above and beyond to make sure you're taken care of, from check-in, where they took my bag and had it upstairs in the room waiting for me before I even got here, to all of the service staff at the park room where I had basically all of my meals. They were extremely attentive and really nice, and even knew my name before I even walked into the restaurant. Love that kind of service. Okay. Cost. So for standard rooms in this hotel, the rates start at about 480 pounds or around $600 per night. Now, I've stayed in an executive suite with rates starting from 1,200 pounds or around $1,500, and also that does not include breakfast. And FYI, I was comped to this room and the meals so that I could try them all without any obligation to make any content or say anything positive or negative or anything at all about this place. Now, interestingly, because this is a Marriott property, you actually can get free stays here if you are a Marriott Bonvoy Rewards member. And actually, this is one of the top properties in Europe that Bonvoy members will use their redemptions. Okay, here are my final thoughts on the JW Marriott Grosvenor House Hotel. Personally, I can't afford to stay in a suite like this, but looking at the prices for a standard room, I think that makes sense with knowledge of how hotels are priced in this city and having tried a lot of hotels here as well. To book this hotel, click the link in the description box of the video, or I've got another QR code for you, so scan that and that will pop up on your phone. And if you want to see me in other hotels in London, I actually did a video on the #1 rated hotel in London on TripAdvisor to see if it was indeed worth the hype. And you can watch that by clicking the box that's popping up right next to me here. That's it. Thanks for watching.